Hi, I'm Stuart from the Norfolk Honey Company and welcome to another Beekeeping Basics. Today we're at one of our apiaries. It's late January and the sun's shining. It's still quite cold and we're going to take a look at some of the colonies and see how they're doing with the food stores that we put onto them a few weeks ago. And we've used baker's fondant to give them some extra food, so I thought it'd be a good idea just to come along and take a look and show you whether they're taking that fondant or whether they've not touched it at all. We put some directly onto some bees, so we're going to have a look at those. And this apiary itself we're going to call the national apiary. We've got a mixture of national and commercial beehives at the moment, and we're going to have just national colonies here to make it easy to move frames around as and when we need to. We're going to use nucleus colonies to support the full-size colonies, and so we want to make sure that when we've got a mixture of hives, we're not going to have a problem where some of the frames won't fit other boxes. So this will be our national apiary. So let's take the camera over and have a look to see what we've got. If you're finding these videos interesting, then please consider subscribing. It would be great to have you along as part of our growing community. Now this particular nuke, you might remember that we put a block of fondant on top of it. So we're going to just take the roof off and have a look to see how much they've eaten. Wow, that's great. Look, they've taken almost the entire bulk of this fondant block. So I think what we'll do is we'll give them another block. Okay, so we're not going to disturb the bees. We're just going to pop the lid off and pop another block of fondant on them before they get too upset. Okay, so here's one where the bees have not used any of the fondant. So we know that we've got plenty of bees in here, so they've obviously got enough food stores that they haven't yet required any of the fondant. So with this colony, we put the sugar fondant directly onto the frames. So what we're going to do, because we don't have a bee suits with us today, we're just going to take the lid off, and I'm just going to pop this straight down on top of the frames and then get the lid back on quickly, because the bees do tend to get a little bit lively once you start opening them up. So we don't obviously want to get stung, so we're just going to pop this straight onto them and then close them up again as quickly as we can. Okay, so that's all of the hives at this national apiary checked. A lot of them are taking the fondant, as you've seen. Some haven't taken any, but they're active bees in the colonies, so it's great that they've got sufficient food stores that they don't need the fondant. But we'll leave the fondant on there because it's still late January and we've still got February to come, so it could get quite cold for them. What we'll also do next week is we'll go and take a look at the colonies that we put the pollen substitute on, and that will be really interesting to see how well they've taken the pollen substitute, and then we can compare with the fondant and maybe top up the pollen substitute as well if they're building up well. I hope you found that interesting. Please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to us, and give us a thumbs up, and leave any comments or questions you've got in the comments section below, and I promise that I will answer those questions, and we'll catch up next time. Thanks for watching.